What is up, YouTube? So today what I got here is some camping chairs, beach chairs, whatever it is that you use your chair for. That's what I got here. They're typically a lightweight chair that you could carry anywhere. And what I'm gonna do is go over these features that each one of these has, and kind of simulate which one is the right choice for you and at the price point that you're willing to spend. Okay, so the material used for this Coleman is your typical like tent style fabric. You got the typical drawstring, you got the strap, Coleman lanterns, their branding, pretty nice. Of course you got the Coleman tag and their logo. Typically what I do with these is I'll put them on the back side of the chair. The Marchway has this meshing here. It's really thick. It's like a netting. It has this. I don't know what this is. I'll link it in the up on top of this video so that way you see all the specs. But it's really durable stuff. It's almost like how canvas is. Has their branding. Nice zipper. It's folded to the outside so that way the little teeth don't show and it keeps stuff from getting inside of it. You have one strap here to lock it down on something, so depending on how you're going to travel with this. This one, typically you have this strap down here that you could wrap it up in, but it really doesn't have anywhere for you to put that. Okay. FBSport, same concept, a little bit smaller because of course it's a smaller chair. You have the same type of material here. When you zip it up, as you can see, the teeth are going to the outside, unlike the Marchway. I like the Marchway's design better. It has this finishing ring. You have this molly webbing, and basically what you could do is put shot cord through there, bungee cord, whatever, to strap it down to the back of a bicycle or your backpack, however it is that you want to do it. You could attach a carabiner to this little loop here and you have two straps. That's pretty cool. One issue I got with the first FBSport is the stitching here. It was cut, so the stitching, there was a gap in here, so that's something to pay attention to when you buy yours. But other than that, they got some solid stitching on these loop areas. So that's the FBSport. Of course, there's nowhere to put that. And then you have this generic one, which has a heavy case, just like the Marchway FBSport. If not, it's a little bit heavier. It has this leather feel to the inside of it. It's kind of weird. But I think that's to wick away water. You have the regular large strap, you have your drawstring, and you have a little clasp for it to lock up. And this one, I'll put on the back side as well, out of the way. Okay. Starting with the Coleman. Okay. So the Coleman, of course, has your woven fabric. Okay, it's your typical fabric that you buy on all these style chairs. It has your typical adjustments here, the slide up and down for your handles. Okay, you have a pocket on the left side. You have this pouch that opens up where you can put your phone in or whatever, and then you can put something in here and it's transparent, so like your phone, so you can watch that. You could I believe you could touch through this, so if you have your screen you could still access your screen. One cup holder, and if it's raining, of course, you could cover everything back up. I don't know why you would want to be in the rain anyway, so that's whatever. It has the Coleman branding on the back. It looks like it's riveted for the pins. Okay. You have your typical feet. These tubes feel a little bit larger than your cheaper generic chairs. These feet are decent. So like softer ground, you would want larger feet so that way your seat doesn't sink in. These are semi-large, not the largest, but they're decent enough to hold you on softer ground, which is pretty nice. And you cannot add feet to this unless you custom make some rubber type ones. That would give you a larger footprint. You have the stitching here, so it has this plastic piece so that way you don't tear the material, and it's double stitched all the way around. So that's that. One thing that I've seen that's minor but still notable is the fabric here. It's kind of folded up a little bit. It's only a visual issue. It's not really integrity of the material issue. And you got your Coleman lantern right there. I like Coleman brand, so that's that chair. We'll carry over to the similar chair. So this one I want to say is junk for two reasons. So it has the same features as this, but the issue I have is this headrest. So it looks like a high back, but there's no support here. Okay, so it folds down. Ridiculous design. When you go and sit back, it's the same as this, but you tend to want to put your head back because of this. The material right here is real fluffy, so it's not firm, and that's a no-go. I don't like it. Another thing right off the bat is there was hardware in the bag when opening this. No good. Even though it didn't come from this chair, it's just like, where's your quality control when building these? Also, so you got rivets here and stuff. This is plastic to metal. That one is metal to metal. So I feel like the plastic, why do you need that? There's a washer in between, so I don't see a sense of it. But also, you'll see that this one at the bottom, this handle's a little bit looser than that one, and it makes a little bit noise. As you can see, there's a gap in there. So there's a gap there, and the head's stripped out. So that means that they just didn't care when assembling this. There's minor stuff like this. This isn't a cut, but it's some green thread. Not a huge deal, but those two issues are a deal breaker with this chair. And it only has one cup holder. It's like, you have nothing over here, might as well make it two cup holders. This one actually has a functional pocket. So yeah, this one I don't like. Okay. So the FBSport. This chair is real compact and lightweight. As you can see, I can hold it with one hand, and it weighs near to nothing. You want to make sure with these chairs though, you make sure the silver doesn't show, because if it does, you could bend it. This is 70-75 aluminum, so it's strong. If you look at the feet here, it's a little bit smaller than those. I'll show you that soon. But the thing with this is they just don't look sturdy. It says it's rated for 225 pounds, but when you look at this and then compare it to that one, it's like, I think I'd rather spend a little bit more money and get that one. The pocket here, you can put a drink in. Same thing on the opposite end. Put a drink in. You got the meshing. This is real heavy duty meshing. It's not going to rip on you. It's made for summer and winter. So it's like if you're a really sweaty person, this will ventilate you pretty decently. And then you have this leather rubber looking stuff down here that's really thick, and basically what that allows is these poles to be inserted here, and then you have webbing, like strapping material back here, so that way it doesn't puncture through this material, so you don't have to worry about getting gouged with these poles. So they're pretty stout. As you can see, it's everything is, so this one's solid in the center, whereas the Marchway is not. I'll show you that. But this one's solid to this plastic, and these pop out on shock cord. Okay. The footprint is a little small, but they did put these nubs here, so that way it doesn't sink as easily. I believe you could buy some generic feet that go on here for like other style chairs that look like this, and they should fit. But that's that chair. Okay. The one I like the most is the Marchway. Okay. So here's the Marchway. Both of these have a wide seating arrangement here. It has the ventilation here. This one has a padding area for your head. If you're a tall dude, you're going to be in this area when you lean back, unless you kind of sink yourself down. But I feel like I could rest my head here, and I'm pretty much close to maxed out, but no big deal. It's padded here on the sides. You got these little fins for the sides. I'll show you how that all seats in. Of course, you have the same leather, rubbery type material along with the backing support. I like this color, this colorway. They have a few other colorways. They got like your black, your green, and it all has these stripes in it to give it that nicer look. The older versions of these actually had solid colors, so that's pretty nice that they changed things up. So you have this center post right along here. You have these large tubes here, right? So as you can see, they're a lot larger in diameter. Okay, these are 70-75 as well. Rubber feet. Of course, you could replace these two with something that fits on the end of them, but since it is a larger tube, the actual feet are a lot larger and will hold you up in softer terrain. All this is 70-75. The FBSport, of course, is a 2-pole. This one's 3. So make sure you get everything to seat flush before sitting on it, so that way you don't bend it or kink it and end up cracking your aluminum. Okay. So that's that. Okay, so when sitting in this typical generic style chair, it feels comfortable. This one feels a lot wider than your average ones that you find at Walmart, Target, wherever, for dirt cheap. This kind of flares out a little bit more, and it feels real comfy. Like I said, the back headrest is a little bit weird because I want to lean back and I can't, because it's technically a high boy based on its design, but it doesn't have any structural features. I don't feel crammed. It feels a lot wider with the legs being spread out. You have this covering right around here to give it like a nice design. I don't feel anything rubbing into my legs. I feel like I could sit in this thing comfortably. It's a shame that they have quality control issues. So let's see the side view of it. Okay, so let me set it up sideways. So when I sit in it, you can see how it flexes. So of course it does not move. It's real sturdy. The ground is wet. It is January, so it does have a little bit of moisture in the ground. They're a little bit smaller, like the generic ones. It does sink in unless you replace the feet with the larger ones in soft ground. So as you can see, I'm sitting comfortably. It's moving, but it's not going to break on you. It's real lightweight and portable, so that's why I like this chair. if you're basically hiking it, because it's a lot smaller to pack than this one, and it's a lot lighter than this one. It's a lot smaller than these two, and it's a lot lighter as well. So let's get a side view so that way you can see what it looks like from the side. So as you can see, it marked these holes. So it's sunk in about right there on the softer ground. So definitely, if you're in sand or whatever, get some bigger feet on these. So here's what it looks like from the side. As you can see, it's flexing, but it's not giving in. And then when you lean back, this is what it looks like. So it looks like I'm having to support my neck a lot, but in reality, the shape of it, being like a catcher mitt, it naturally holds your posture correctly and allows you to lean back. So I really like this one. Definitely a good thumbs up for purchasing. Okay. So as you can see, it's moving back and forth. It's so good. So the Marchway, I'm going to enter. As you can see, same thing. It kind of flex a little bit because, of course, it's not a solid platform like these where they're all riveted together. This one is everything's pushed together. So, but rocking back and forth, it feels sturdy. So no problem. Got plenty of arm room. One thing I do miss that this one doesn't have that these two will have is a cup holder, so you're gonna have to hold it, get a little table, whatever. But like I said, these are portable chairs, so their features that they have as far as portability outweigh features that these have where you gotta lug them around. Okay, this is the side view. So as you can see, it flexes a little bit, but it doesn't flex a lot. So lastly, we have your typical Coleman chair, and this one is kind of weird. So being Coleman, it's a good brand. You get your adjustments, of course, for here, but this is a chick chair, okay? Not hating on this chair because of the color, but it is a chick chair because not only the color, but the fact that this color kind of allows them to make this chair a little bit smaller than, say, the dude's chair. The tubing is a little bit smaller than that one, the fill of the tubing, but also how narrow it is in this area. Like if you look right now, my legs are touching the sides. The larger chair, if you look, it feeds out in this area. So the hands were about right here on that one. And that's why this one I want to say is a women's chair, because of the size. That doesn't go to say that, you know, women can't purchase that chair. It's just the fact that this one's a lot narrower and guys are burly and huge. This one's more of a petite style chair. I don't know if that cup ring turns. I don't think so. That cup ring is sewn in. This one turns. So this one's like a pushed-in one. $25. What can you complain about, really? It's still a nice chair, especially the color. I like the color a lot. So side view, boom. Like, I mean, push comes to shove, I'll rock this chair. I like it a lot. Besides the fact that it's narrow, the feet do not sink in because it's like the green chair. And you know, this one's rated, I believe, for 225 pounds or 235 pounds, something like that. I'll post it up if you're interested. But that's this chair. That's the Coleman. And as you can see, I kind of sink down in the center. It doesn't have as much support as, say, the Marchway or the FBSport, but it's made for a smaller postured person. Okay, so that's going to complete today's video. If you would like to see any of these chairs and their prices and stuff currently up to date, check out my Amazon links in the description below. I don't get any kickback from it. I just use Amazon, so that way you have an easy way to search these items, and that's that. If you want a chair, or you want me to choose a chair that I would prefer the Marchway, which is what I'm sitting on because the high back, I'm a bigger guy. It gives me a lot more leg room. Secondary option would be the FBSport. or this type of design, the low back, not necessarily the brands, even though I know these two are good brands at the price point. $49.99, $29.99, and then this one was $35, and then the Coleman was $25. I don't recommend this one because of its issues, its quality control issues, and no-go. This one I prefer over this one, but I do prefer this size because I'm a larger guy, so this one. But if I was smaller, of course I would choose this one. Or if I was a little bit more petite, definitely this one. I like Coleman. I use Coleman for all my camping gear, mostly only because they're affordable, they're heavy duty, you get what you would pay for, and of course it's Coleman. It's been around for a long time, and it's kind of like one of those things where if you go camping, you know, Coleman's like one of the brands that everyone thinks about. It's kind of like that heritage thing, you know, it's associated with camping. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see content like this and other content I'll be posting on my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. Give it a like. That's greatly appreciated. Until next time, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.